Fam, it's good to see you again. God, we got to go through this little period between the Super Bowl, of which we're, usually nearly a participant, if not a participant. I thought about that and I said to myself, we need to be a little more grateful about the 49ers. Moaning and groaning like we do. We expect things to be perfect all the time. I'm starting to climb down a little bit. Not much, though. 49ers they are still hot stuff, man. I mean, you look around the league, we got a lot to be proud about. So when Jalen calls in and wants to fire people, and Big Show wants to come in and say, listen, he's got to go. Listen. Be proud, you guys. This is a good team. But what they've done now, I'm saying antidote or depth, and mostly what you see coming in now, that's what it appears to be, huh? 49ers run defense remains a questionable thing. Because the swag that the defense used to have, fam, remember, well, not used to have, but still do to some degree, but listen, remember when Jim Harbaugh left, we went through those 2 years, it got so bad that by the time Kyle Shanahan arrives, the team was in shambles. Anybody could run against us. You could bring your grandmother out there, put her in pads, and she could run 400 yards. Now, that means the 49ers have to pick a run stopper. And I'm worried that they're going to have to do that again this year, too, because I'm not sure if they've done anything about that this year other than just put a lot of Band-Aids on the whole situation. So the 49ers are working with a tight budget, and we have to realize that. And they've been as busy a team as can be during this offseason. However, will it be enough to avoid some of the terrorizing, brutal running deficiencies witnessed last season? It set me back. Did you? Because the horrors of those days when we were watching that, I'd gotten over the last 3 or 4 years. And all of a sudden, oh my God. Oh, Jesus, he ran through us like we were paper. How many times did you catch yourself doing that this past season? So, it would seem that San Francisco has pretty much closed shop, though, during the final phase of this free agency pickup period. We thought that last year. When did we get Javon? Was that suddenly after it seemed the dust had settled and all of a sudden Javon comes in with that mountainous contract? And I don't know about you, but I said, where in hell did I get that money? So you heard about we've lost a couple of draft picks, right? Or moved a draft pick and lost one, right? Did you ever suspect that anything was going on with our books? You know what? If you want to talk about, I'm done with that, okay? Because every enemy of the 49ers is all over the internet. Oh, the 49ers have cheated. And you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, man. But could it be that San Francisco scouting crew has some run enforcers targeted in this 2024 draft? I'm thinking they probably do, because you know how we do. We build teams. We don't buy them. Yes, I'm talking about you, Rams. You bought that title. And that's the only way you were going to earn it. And you barely got past us in order to do that. But anyway, going to the phones for predictions regarding the Niners' run defense as it currently appears going into the 2024 season. And has it been addressed to your liking or your satisfaction? Or do you think there's something they could do beyond that? So, hey, fam, look right there at the base of the screen. You see that number? Yeah, that's when you call, fam. Get on in here and participate. There's not a lot going on with the 49ers. This is the first couple of days. There was no activity coming out of Santa Clara, pulling up players. They pulled in a lot of guys that you can see they're going to be for special teams because, as you know, our special teams, fam, we got a lot of places that the offensive line is making people crazy and the defensive line is allowing runs. And the thing about it is we're still picked to win the Super Bowl next year again already. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. But the 49ers run defense wasn't good last season. That's all there is to it. It gave up 4.1 yards per carry in the regular season, which ranked 14th out of 32 teams. That will not do. And during the playoffs, the Niners D gave up 5.1 yards per carry and 5 touchdowns in only 3 games. So, after the failed Super Bowl, the 49ers clearly identified their run defense as an area that quickly was a sore spot and needed some improvement, please. So they revamped it. But has the run defense actually improved or not is a question, though, fam. Because, see, I'm scared. You remember 2-3 years ago when I was scared all the time, getting scared? I wasn't scared at all last year. Well, from my standard, I wasn't scared. I'm scared. First thing the 49ers did was release Eric Armstead, the best run defender on the D-line that we had. See what I'm saying? But you know what, though? I understand. Releasing AA was the right thing to do. He was getting paid a lot of money, and he wasn't putting in any time. He had back-to-back years of playing 10, 11 games. I understand that. But when dude is on the field, the 49ers defense was damn good when he wasn't on it. The run defense sucked. So to replace Armstead, the Niners traded a 7th-round pick for Malik Collins, who's similar to Javon Hargrave in the sense that both are much better pass rushers and run stuffers. And then the 49ers replaced Chase Young. Chase was so-so as a run. We found out about his neck. I'm not picking on him anymore, but I noticed when he was out there, I said, where is that Chase Young that intimidated and brutally assaulted us when we went to Washington? Where is that guy, man? Who is this guy? So that thing I read about his neck, I think that was real. That wasn't really Chase Young we had. And so the 49ers just moved on from him. And then you got Leonard Floyd, who seems like to be the glowing emerald amongst all the things we got here. Floyd's just above average, though, as far as the run stop. Because he's high-strung. The guy's quick, twitch, dude. So his reflexes are going to be, if you going this way, that way, he's on it. A lot of guys can't move like that, but for especially edge rushers. So Niners also signed defensive tackle Jordan Elliott and defensive end Yader Gross-Matos. I mean, you know what? I only heard a couple of people pronounce his name. I'm not sure how to do that, but anyway, you know what I mean. But they may only be backups. Okay, so finally the Niners replaced Dre Greenlaw, who could miss a season with a torn Achilles, with Devondre Campbell. Have you watched any film on DeAndre? Devondre, should I say? Fam, Devondre, if I don't think we would have got him if he was, Devondre's not that good. I hope he looks better. He says he was abused in Green Bay. Okay, we'll see. But from what I watched I watched the game, I said, Devondre's okay, but he ain't anything special, is he? So he ain't nobody's Dre Greenlaw. What are we gonna do? So first thing, I know what you said, Ronbo. Stop worrying. I know. I'm just saying. For now on paper, it seems the Niners' run defense is taking a step back. Though they'll need to address the matter in the draft. But while we're judging the Niners real quickly here, the Niners done enough in free agency, and I'm as I said earlier, let's not be too harsh on the Niners considering how much money they had to spend. So I'd say, if you thought the Niners were going to go heavily active in the free agency, you probably shouldn't have. I never do. But when we do get a big pick, I'm always like, yes, because I was waiting for another yes moment. Because last year, the Javon, whoa! And then Javon was okay this year, but he didn't really make me crazy. For starters, the salary cap space was fairly restricted. They needed to restructure contracts for Fred Warner, Javon, and Juice to free up enough space just to sign the 9 players they did land. Some of the space will also be needed for the draft picks coming in. So, and also Brandon Aiyuk. Fam, Brandon Aiyuk, I have a feeling somebody in the organization, because the 49ers are not famous for saying, hey, look, will you calm down? Our door is always open if you want to come in and talk, but don't. I mean, we heard that you washed down your social media walls and people are yelling and screaming and calling for our heads. Why is that necessary? Come on, we're all grown-ups here. Brandon hasn't scrubbed his walls down. I think some members of his family have said a couple of words, but they didn't get real crazy and loud and boisterous. And so, and by the way, we don't have to sign him this year. We didn't have to sign Nick last year either. But, I don't think the 49ers are going to do that. But these guys that are just hooping and hollering and saying nasty things, and like one member of his family saying, I don't think Brandon will be here next year. Yeah, Brandon will be here next year, no, regardless, unless we trade him. So, and we could we could tag him the next year after that. They're not going to do that. I'm just saying, but we got options. Brandon, second best receiver as far as PFF goes in the league for net yardage, runs after the catch, and your ability to go downfield and knock people the hell out. So our run game goes, you are valuable. Whatever they pay you, it won't be enough. But would you please be patient? You know how the 49ers do. You're coming back. They got nothing but love for you. We got nothing but love for you. Brandon, come on, man. Wait a minute. You know what I worry about, though? These guys don't train. Because they're not coming back on the practice field. You're not going to see them in OTAs. You're not going to see them on any exhibitions going on before the season starts. This is why the 49ers are there. We'll wait till August. When CeeDee Lamb signs, what are you going to do, John? There's a couple others. You're going to pay him more than Jefferson? John, why do you guys do this? They're going to ask for the same big-time money. There's some other receivers already got paid too much. And now Aiyuk should be getting paid, $40 million a year? Oh, I just wish they wouldn't do it. But free agency isn't a route where the Niners were going to just drastically improve anyway. So this is what we do. It's an avenue that helps them fill needs with depth, and that's pretty much what they've been doing every year. The depth sometimes comes out, looks pretty good, though, because last year Cleveland Farrell was a pretty good run stopper, wasn't he? And all of a sudden, of course, he got hurt. So, you guys overrate your trolling. Tribe ain't never made Ronbo do a damn thing, okay? Jim Everett, man, I'm starting to watch you, too. Usually when somebody gets on my last nerve, I kind of start watching to see if I can get you doing something wrong and bounce your ass out of here. Watch it. Anyway, the 49ers have built this team so strong that they were never going to sign that big-ticket free agent. We got to realize that happens every year. To think the Niners haven't done enough means that the expectations on them were probably a little too lofty. But why do they need to overspend on a big-time free agent when they already have? Did you know we had 7 All-Pros? 7. And Nick Bosa wasn't one of them. All right? That's why a lot of league talking heads are saying, there's no way the 49ers if they say the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl next year, they were supposed to win it this year. They said the 49ers were going to win it this year. They were supposed to win it this year. A couple of errors in the Super Bowl, and boom, we're going home without that trophy. Niners already have their star players, fam. When you really think about it, it's the only guy you could have considered, maybe Danielle Hunter. That would have been something on the caliber of, if you want to get better, you got to pick up players something like what we already have, which is going to be tough because the 49ers got bad boys all up and down the lineup. So you look at guys like Cameron, too. They're going to have trouble making this team this year. Danny, boy, the 49ers are going to pick up a wide receiver, right? And this is a wide receiver draft. Ooh, Danny, boy, you got to get on it, baby. You got to learn how to block. You got to do some things. Because as far as I'm concerned, Conley would be somebody I put in before I put Danny Gray in. Conley's a good player. I had no idea he looked like he did last year, but Conley made some beautiful catches. Routes ran, and the dude is one of the best gunners we got on the team, okay? That's how you do, Danny. Follow Conley's lead if you want to stay in that red and gold, boy. But free agency, we should probably view it as somewhat of a success. But safety, Justin Simmons is still out there, John. Okay, I'm just saying. You put Justin Simmons, fam, you know what? Because what if Talanoa Hufanga just isn't quite right? He's one of the best ball hawks in the game, if not the best. Justin Simmons is right on him, but Justin's the best ball hawk. I'd have Justin Simmons, Jair. Justin Simmons, Jair. Who I got? Man, Chavarius was coming around doing that. You'll slap yourself again. We ain't winning shit with choke ass. Show, get in there, man. I want to talk to you anyway. Bring it. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going, buddy?
Oh, Michael, sorry, man. I haven't been able to talk to you football. We're gonna be talking more and more ball here in the weeks to come.
Know what I was watching? You know what I was watching on YouTube? You know what? You know who's I was watching Dobbs throwing the Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah, talk about Dobbs. Yes.
Yep. Shannon and Dobbs both played for the University of Tennessee. I watched that game. Yep, I remember. Yep.
But
I think that was part of it.
Yeah, yep. Dobbs. Well, no, Dobbs does other things too. You realize how hard he's going to train our team against running quarterbacks? Josh Johnson ain't nothing compared to this guy.
I'm glad we got him because he's going to be good. He's a good running quarterback. He would help us
a lot.
What do you think? The last time we had a running quarterback was what? Kaepernick. Well, besides Trey Lance for a little bit, but Kaepernick.
Trey, you know what? Trey was more of a pocket passer than we give him credit for because Trey wasn't running a lot. When he did run, it was pretty north-south running. You're not going to get Trey running around being elusive in the pocket.
When Purdy ran, it felt like a freaking freight train running down the freaking. He was running fast.
But Dobbs,
he was running like
dude escapes the pocket. He's still looking for people to throw the ball to, and it's hard to bring down. He knows where to run to. Yep. He's going to help that defense a lot. On a scout team.
Oh, he's going to help.
And if he gets to the game, I ain't going to be scared. I agree.
I think he's going to win us a couple of games. If Purdy was down for, let's say, like a couple of games, I think Dobbs could win us some games. I think he can. I think it's so quick.
Yep. Who's it? No, he comes in the game. It'll be kind of fun as long as we're not in trouble. And let's say it's a fourth quarter blowout, and Kyle lets him come in and let him run a few plays. That'd be fun. We'll see him in preseason. I'm looking forward to preseason for Dobbs. What does he look like in our offense?
Dobbs, and maybe if we draft or pick up a free agent rookie quarterback later on, maybe Dobbs and a rookie guy that just sits there.
No, you know what? Because we got the other guy. We got three quarterbacks now, but the rookie comes in.
Yeah, but
could be like Brock makes that new dude go. Not Dobbs.
And I saw the prediction, and then they said in the predicted fourth round, the Niners could snap McCaffrey's brother, the receiver. That's what they predict.
Yeah.
You know what? McCaffrey's brother.
And the seventh round. What round are you saying?
Fourth. They predict him in the fourth round.
Fourth round pick. You think he's that good?
Fourth. They predict.
You think he's that good?
Well, that's what they predict. I mean, I think he could be fourth or fifth round. McCaffrey's brother. I mean,
the legacy kill. Tariq was showing out today. Tariq Rice.
Yep.
I mean, Tariq
and
Owens.
Owen. How about Owen? His son was out there too in Missouri State, the receiver.
That's who I meant, Tariq Owens. And
he looked good. One of these guys might come to the Niners. I don't know. I like to Jerry Rice's son. I like to see something in that guy.
Okay, who would you bet
Jerry
on?
Rice's son.
Okay, well, listen, before you go any further with that, though, who would you bet which of the names do you most predict might show up as a 49er and when it's all over at the end of the draft?
Rice's son.
Okay.
I think Rice's son.
A lot of bad things been said about him on Twitter.
Jerry Rice been with the 49ers for 15 years. Maybe Jerry Rice is talking to the Niners organization. Take my son. He's going to be like me.
Yeah, but you got Frank Gore sitting in the office now. Frank may think, and I think,
maybe Frank does. Maybe Frank Gore is doing it too. Maybe he's doing it both doing it to Kyle. Maybe he use that.
It could be, but listen, in the seventh round, if Frank Gore Jr. is still hanging out there, I'm betting on Frank Gore Jr. I'm thinking that's who it's going to be. Of all the picks, of all the legacy picks,
I take Frank Gore. And I don't care what Big Show says about a family reunion. I'll take him.
Somebody has a problem with that, don't he?
I don't care Big Show, I don't care what you say about family reunions. Trust me, Mary family reunions might help.
You tell you, there's some good meals at family reunions.
With Rice's son out there, Gore's son's out there. Come on. But McCaffrey's. You can't forget the two. Anybody that comes from the McCaffrey family is a good athlete. His father was great. CMC is good, and his brother looks good. And you got and the other both is Joey. If he was staying healthy, to get hurt, it would have been, you know what I mean?
That would just make Show lose his mind. You bring in Joey Bosa, McCaffrey, Gore, Rice.
You know who has a son that plays football too? But he's young. Steve Young's son. Steve Young.
Bring him in. They don't need to try out. Just bring him in.
Nope. All right. So I thought this boy's got a good arm. His son got a good arm.
Does he?
I said, you can be like your father, but I don't know. Yeah. He's like, this. Yeah. He's a righty, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. Lefty, righty, doesn't matter.
It's a lot of pressure.
You're like
all those kids.
Yeah,
it's a lot of pressure.
I told Steve, I bet your son's going to be like you, go to BYU. That's a family thing, BYU.
Well, he's a senior. Was he a senior, junior, senior in high school?
No, he's a little. He's a little kid. No, I don't know.
Oh, you know what his arm? I thought you were looking at somebody. Okay, all right.
I just can't wait for the draft to come up next month. I can't wait. I just can't wait. I'm getting all pumped up, excited. Watching Brandon Rice, watching some of the Niners' sons, at the combine, just to see them. And I like that long run that Rice, that touchdown. Brandon Rice with the yeah.
A lot of people are saying so things about him, though. I don't know if they're watching him or just don't like it.
I think I take a chance of one of them, or get Gore's son as a running back. Mason's probably going to end up. This might be his last hurdle. I don't know.
Mason? I don't know if anybody's going to take Jordan Mason out.
No, but I don't know I don't know if they're going to cut
versus everybody.
No, Detroit could go home. Like you did in the playoffs. You went home by the Niners. We packed you back and we send you back. You're not going nowhere. We're playing you this year. We're going to be.
Michael,
we're going to give you a spanking.
You got to respect them, though. They took us all the way to the fourth quarter, and I was sitting here passing out.
Right. No. Oh no, I'm panicking, but at the end, you know who always wins.
Yeah, they had their year. Detroit picked up some pieces, though. It's gonna be rough, Mike. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna be rough.
That's going to be tough. 2024 is going to be tough for all the teams are going to have it tough, not just us.
Oh, no, I agree.
The Rams are going to have it tough. Everybody's going to be tough.
And be the Dallas Cowboys for a minute and wonder how bad that is. They didn't sign nobody, and they haven't signed anybody they need to sign yet.
Houston's going to be the 2024 team to watch out. Houston's going to be the team to watch out for. Green Bay, Houston, those are the teams you're going to watch out for.
Watch out for the Eagles, too.
Yep.
I think they're back. Mike, we're going to go.
They'll be back. Yep. All right. So, I'll see you
Sunday.
And give a shout out to Tony Wright, Atlanta Falcons playoff, maybe Super Bowl coming up.
Exactly. Look out. Add the Falcons to the mix.
That's right. Watch out. Rams, Falcons can knock you out. And Tony Wright will get one victory. Yep. I'll be proud.
That'll be a Woody. He won't get over for a month. Anyway, I'll see you Sunday, fam. All right.
You too, Ronbo. Have a good night, you and your family.
Thanks, fam. You too. I love Tombo. Did you hear Snead was traded to the Titans? Willie? I didn't even know we could trade Willie. I thought he was on the practice squad. Did we activate? We put him up on the regular roster? Thanks, Jason. Willie Snead has no use on this team. Not really. Yo, Jack is back. Jack.
I told you so, baby. Sorry, I lost my voice, baby. Too goddamn excited.
I thought you auditioned to play a role.
We're going to try our best.
Yeah, well, that's all we can do, yeah.
You said something about a bet, Ronbo. You bet the 49ers won what?
No. Well, let me think about that for a minute because I don't remember having made any bet the 49ers won't. Big Show says we're not.
About a bet.
We're not going anywhere next year with Kyle Shanahan being the coach. Mm-hmm. But Big Show's hardcore against Shanahan. We're the corner Snead. I'm sorry. Thanks. Yeah, Snead. Snead got traded
as long as you don't get
God.
As long as you don't get Shohei Ohtani at the MLB placing bets, then we okay. Which is under investigation.
His interpreter. Wow, to the tune of was it 4 point or 5.3?
It's not his goddamn interpreter, man. His interpreter's hiding him behind what he doing. Come on now.
You think
we ain't that dumb, baby. He's American.
So?
These Japanese come over here thinking we sideways. Come on, man. This has been going on for a long time. You don't have the guy that the media is seeing right in front of you do that for you. I mean, come on, man. Don't take a rocket scientist coming from his account, Ronbo.
Well, you know what? From what they said, the role the interpreter plays is he handles pretty much all of those kind of things. But I hadn't thought about what you're saying. That, Shohei's very valuable.
Well,
They'll do anything to keep him out of trouble.
Well, hey, if Yale beat Auburn, it's possible. But talking about a bet, I bet you guys something, fellas. I bet you guys something, guys. If you go back, you know what I'm saying? What did Kyle Shanahan like doing? He likes showing off and showing the world, I'm gonna do it my way or the highway. Whether it's putting Aiyuk in the doghouse, but he goes to Alabama not to get Bryce Young, but to get the guy that Bryce Young was throwing it to, Cam Latu. That fails. So he goes to Solomon Thomas's pro day. We're thinking Christian McCaffrey. What's going on here? No, he gets Solomon Thomas. Fail. Then he goes
actually,
to Ohio State pro day.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, he goes to Ohio State pro day, and we're thinking Jack's telling you out of the three, Justin Fields is the best. Don't get Trey Lance or Mac Jones. What does he do? He gets Trey Lance and fails, and also not just that, he gets Trey Sermon. So the reason he actually went there wasn't for Justin Fields, was to get this crazy phenom type of running back. So don't tell me all this yada yada that they're at Michigan pro day today looking for what's his name.
Tariq.
Man, I'm not looking too excited about that. You know what I'm saying?
Big Show's loving what you're saying. I got to believe Big Show's just rolling around on the floor. But go ahead.
But yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Just let the chips fall into your lap, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell you something. What he will do, Ronbo, from what we've seen him do, from what I just said, is he will draft Brandon Rice and say, you know what, you guys got Caleb Williams, I'm going to get the guy that he's throwing to. But I don't mind if we get him past the fourth round.
Which one? Who's Brandon Rice?
Jerry Rice's son, Brandon Rice.
Yeah.
I said Caleb Williams, and he's going number one. We're probably going to end up getting the guy he's throwing to, just like we got Cam Latu, who Bryce Young was throwing it to. So let's see how that plays out. But I don't mind us getting him after the fourth round. Well, how do you feel about that?
No, I really love your observation on what Kyle Shanahan and company are doing. We got George Kittle. They went over looking at C.J. Beathard, but they wanted to know who was that kid out there making those catches. And he turns out to be all-pro George Kittle. That's pretty funny. They do that. About what you're speaking of here, though, I'm not sure, because it's hard. You called them on this. It'd be interesting to see what they do. And, Jack, you could say, like you always do when you're right later on, remember, Jack told you on March, I can see you now.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you in May. I told you so. Give it some time, though. Let the draft go through. But Aiyuk is playing games with everybody. Folks, we need Aiyuk. Like I told you, he got them shakers. He was wide open in the end zone. He got the shakers, baby. He's the best route runner in the NFL. We can't let that
anybody
go. He's doing what Debo did. Yeah, remember what Debo did, talking about, trade me and all these whoop-de-whoop, I'm not coming into camp and all. Aiyuk is doing the same thing. He don't want to leave the West Coast. He's born on the West Coast. Family's out here. Nevada, California. Nevada's still West Coast. He wants to get paid. That's why he's doing all this stuff. I look like, what's his name? His twin.
I was getting ready to mention the Steelers. Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
Steelers head coach, Mike Tomlin.
What do you think the Steelers would be willing to give up? Because there's more than just the Steelers. I listened to ESPN, a couple of networks from ESPN. They're all talking about, well, if the Steelers were to pick up if the Steelers were to pick up Brandon Aiyuk, it would add to a place that would make things unbelievably unstoppable for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm saying, man, y'all got two quarterbers, and what happens when you got two or three quarterbacks? You don't have one, man. I'm telling you, little Russie, he's done. Man. I can't wait to see what the Steelers look like. They're going to be an attraction at the beginning of the season.
Okay, since I've been telling y'all not to get the black flipping gymnastic freak, Drake Jackson, to get George Pickens, but we didn't get him. What if they give us George Pickens, Ronbo, and their first-round pick? That's the only way I'm giving them that. So we can save money. We got George Pickens, and we can get another receiver. Give me some George Pickens, and maybe we can talk, baby. Because
George's got some diva too, though. It needs to calm down.
Yeah, he got some diva. But if he comes over here with our boys like Trent Williams, Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey, they're gonna put him on point. We don't do that in the West Coast, baby.
True.
We don't do that in Santa Clara, San Francisco. So no, pump the brakes. We need Aiyuk. Yeah. Put some sprinkle some Pickens on it. Oh man, we could talk, baby.
But can he block like Aiyuk? See, that's Jack. You know, we run the ball. We run the ball, and that's why we got to have guys like Brandon. You got to George Kittle. You got to have Debo's. You got to have these guys understand. Listen, your job is more than just running around looking cute, catching passes. I need for you to facilitate what we do with that run. And if you can't do it, I got to make you sit down. That's what I'm saying. Jawan Jennings is a god. Oh, my God. I love that dude, man.
He's a goat. Yeah, blocking. He's a goat at blocking. But listen, don't get it twisted, though. You know, Brandon Aiyuk's my main man. That's my favorite player. But listen, man, I'm going to shut it down, leave it at that. Jump on some goddamn cough syrup before I lose all my goddamn voice.
It really doesn't sound like your throat is bleeding. Let me see. Jack, get better. I'll see you Sunday, okay?
All right, baby. Checking in. Let's go.
Right. Appreciate it, too. Here he is out in Hong Kong, and just as hoarse as could be. You know, I was looking for a Winnie in any second. Yeah, you know, boy, the 49ers come out there next year from week one. I don't know who we're playing in week one, but man, Niners, man, y'all still ready to play? You've been 4 seasons deep into the season. Are you guys tired? You get a brief rest and get back out there again. That's why we got to have some new, fresh meat that hasn't been playing a lot. The youngsters we pick up, they should see more action than, they have in the previous years. I need for those starters to get some rest. Aaron! Oh, no, I'm getting Jack's disease. Is it contagious over the phone? Hey, Jack! I mean, Aaron!
Ronbo.
Aaron, are you scared as far as the run goes with the 49ers?
I mean, I watched some of Jordan Elliott's tape, and from what I saw on his tape, he's a pretty solid run stopper.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah. But I still think we could draft a defensive tackle maybe in the second round.
Aaron, that's just it. Watch. The 49ers love to get a defensive lineman in the first round. What we used to hope for, we're not getting an offensive lineman in the first round. I have a feeling they're going DT. They want a monster. They want an enforcer. They want an Eric Armstead, but can stay healthy. They're going to put everything on that one kid's shoulders and groom him up. We need to trade up for 2 first-round picks is what we need to do.
Yeah, I could see that. But I really hope we draft an offensive lineman in the first round.
You and me both.
Because we got to protect Brock Purdy.
Especially since he's supposed to get paid next year, too. Damn, what is Brock going to get? He's got to get paid more than most of these quarterbacks out here with his efficiency stats. His agent's going to come in and say, let me show you something, guys. I'm going to send this over to you. Look at the procession of position 1 to 3. Brock dominates down through this list. All right, we understand. We don't have $70 million, I can already see this conversation going on. Oh, he's worked every bit. Hey, Brock's good. He just doesn't get enough love because he's a smaller guy with a lot of good players around him.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, if you get Brock Purdy a good pass protection.
Oh, there's no telling what he can do. Ooh, because the dude's he's got that quarterback sixth sense. We've seen it on display on a number of occasions. And that burst of speed he can do to elude tackles. Brock's got a lot of talent potential. I want to see what it develops into within the next 2 years, but go ahead.
But, yeah, and it just think about it. He balled out with probably with a not good. He balled out with a kind of an okay offensive lineman.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't put anybody behind that offensive line unless they were a prisoner in my courtroom when I was a judge. All right, you get 30 weeks and you'll have to stand behind that 49ers offensive line and throw a football. The dude is dead. What are you going to make? Come on, man. I got two guys, and Aaron Banks, and actually our center, we could use an upgrade there. He got backed up a few times, too, that I wasn't happy with. But, after Aaron Banks and Trent, man, I don't know. The others. Oh, well, you know what? I do like Feliciano, though. Feliciano's tough. He doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah. And I think Aaron Banks is in a contract year.
Yeah, he is.
So, I mean,
they're going to be drafted off.
Players who have to.
That's going to happen, though. You're right.
Yeah, I think players we gotta pay besides Brock Purdy are Aaron Banks, Diamond Lenore, and maybe Tafunga if he's healthy.
Yeah, you know the 49ers are picking Yidium. They're looking at him as a starter. So Ambry is Ambry's who else? We got some other guys going to be special teams people because the starters look like it's going to be Chavarius, Yidium, and of course my boy Demo. Those are your three starters as it seems right now until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, I also think we could use Delph at safety because we don't know how healthy Tafunga is.
Yeah, see. And that's why Justin Simmons is out there still running around a free agent. He's 30 years old, but Justin Simmons, how much would he play for to go get that trophy? How much would he play for? What would he cost? Because, I worry about Tafunga. Man, and we got two guys that are really important to this team, and Dre and Tafunga, that are hurt and coming back.
I mean, would you be open trading Tafunga?
You could get something for Tafunga. I think, but I don't want to. I like him a lot. If they picked up Justin Simmons, though, Tafunga does become expendable because of the short range. Tafunga's younger, but Simmons got at least 2 more years, and the 49ers window for the Super Bowl is probably going to start to show a little bit of light coming up underneath that window. So, I don't know. I don't have to make that decision. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision because we're trading Tafunga. No, we're not. What? Why? But we got to win, Aaron, and we got to stop fooling around here.
Yeah. And and you got Jair Brown, who a promising.
Yeah, Jair's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So you got Yidium, Chavarius, Jair. Who are you gonna put in the box? Now, that should be Talanoa Tafunga. And then, of course, in the slot, you got Demo. And Demo can play a slot outside. It doesn't matter. I don't know. They're going to be looking for a slot guy, too, because they don't want Demo really having to play the slot. Hey, that time. Aaron, go ahead, because our time's almost up. You want to add anything else?
Oh, yeah. And also, I could see us drafting a tight end because we don't know what we have. No, I said I could see us drafting a tight end because
no doubt
we don't know what we have.
That too. The two dropped way too many passes in preseason last year, and everybody think, well, he'll get over that. I don't know if he's going to get over that. I mean, if you either do or you don't, and it's preseason, you should be looking like gangbusters. Anyway, Aaron, let's talk some more ball. Look, Sunday, we'll talk more about tight ends. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, Aaron. Talk to you in a bit.
All right, fam. Take care.
You too. Night, Aaron. Cognac Familiar, man. You're hilarious, man. I'm loving it. Brian!
Once again, 49ers, red and gold. I'm rocking them damn Niners till I am good, dead, and cold. Screaming the name all the way from the Mid-South because the law says, know your role and shut your mouth.
There you go.
What it is, Ronbo.
Jim Everett, that was especially for you. Jim Everett's out of control today. But, fam, I'm looking, you know how we used to be proud about the swag we had with stopping that run? And I was watching some other clips because I take myself through that pain a lot. I go look at other clips. I go back because I got NFL Network, so I can go back and look at anything I want to. And I don't know why I'm going to stop doing it, though, because the 49ers and people running on us last year, Brian, it wakes up a thing in you that what we went back to with Jimmy T and Chip Kelly's defense that was not a defense.
Yeah.
I mean, I said,
the dark days.
Yeah, what was that, man? Don't bring that stuff
That's
back
some
here.
dark days. There's some dark days I was talking about last week. That's some dark days. We don't want to go back to that. We don't ever want to see them days. Chip Kelly,
crazy.
Dennis Erickson, all that, them days.
God. So, what we did with the defensive line, I'm not sure. They didn't address, they just added backups and guys that aren't going to cost a lot of money. We don't have a lot of money to spend on that. They allocate a certain amount of funding for each position, I'm sure. But I'm thinking we still have, the issue's still there, even if I want to ignore it. And I don't know if you do, but what are you thinking?
I'm thinking like these moves here, I think most of these are like just for camp. Now, some of them may be kind of long, a long-term fixture. I think the Leonard Little, I think his signing, I think that was a long-term, maybe a long-term fixture, to give somebody that was, to give somebody some production. I think that's the main thing. We're looking for production and value. Yeah. And I think with him signing, although he's on the other side of 30, but he still is produced, sack numbers, from on the other side,
Leonard,
which is what we need. And I thought we addressed the need, I thought we addressed the need. Yeah, right now, my biggest concern is the O-line.
Everybody.
Yeah, I think that's my main. That's my main pet peeve is how are they going to do the O-line? I'm thinking either with the draft. I'm thinking with the draft. I would not be surprised if they go D linemen.
Not me either. I'm looking for it. I'm already. My mind is ready for that.
With that first pick. Yeah. With that first pick. With that first pick.
Traded up to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Ronbo? What do you think about the? I noticed they've had a lot of DBs come in-house. And Justin, like I said, Justin's still floating out there. What do you think about I think they said they had somebody from who used to play for the Indianapolis, who played for Indianapolis, safety. I forgot his name. I think he visited the Niners yesterday.
The Niners
either today or yesterday.
Yeah, the Niners have had 4 or 5 people come in this week, and I think they're special teams. Because our special teams has got to get better. We cannot look like we did last year. People running down the field like ain't nobody on the field. And I says, this is like we got one gunner, and that Conley can't do it by himself. Where's the rest of you guys doing, man? So we got to address that. the 49ers work feverishly every year trying to fix that special teams. And when's the last time we had special teams you thought, damn, we got a good special teams? And then I got Ray out there, and then we got our brand new kicker, and he's missing wide to the right. So these are things that can you lose a ball game. We lost to the Browns because I don't want to blame the kid because he was a rookie because he did a lot of good kicks, but still, these are not things that a Super Bowl team is going to be able to have in order to win.
Yeah. I got two quick questions. Ronbo, the first, is it safe to say that 10 picks, 10 draft choices will make this team?
No, that's not.
Do you believe that 10 drafted? Yeah. No. Okay. All right. Next one. Should we take a page out of the Rams book and say, you know what?
F them picks. Hey, but you know what?
It worked for them. They got a Super Bowl out of it.
That's true. But what I'll do is I don't want to trade picks for players. I mean, I don't mind trading up in the draft, but I don't know about. I'll give you a second, next year's second, a third, and a fifth for this one player. See, that's a real big risk.
So
not doing it.
I hadn't heard any more of the Patrick Surtain talk, so I'm assuming that I guess they given up or they given up because I'm thinking now the only way we're gonna get him out of there is draft picks. We sent a bunch of draft picks to him,
and that's okay because, like you just said, we got 10 draft picks. We're not. Why let the kid go to a place where he has a chance to play? Because our team is top heavy.
Yeah.
So if you come in, you're going to come in to back somebody up. And that's or else get cut. And Denver's not giving up Surtain unless you got to really impress them. You know how every owner says, we're fielding offers. We're always fielding offers. If we hear something that appeals to us, we'll make that deal. And what appeals to them?
Yeah.
Well, 2 first-round picks, a second and a fourth, and a 2025 fourth-round pick, and he's yours.
Mm-hmm.
You hang that phone up so fast. So,
That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, that is crazy. And also, Ronbo, I want to send a shout-out to my man, Jalen. Hope he keeps it, I know the last few weeks, it don't even seem it don't even seem right. He usually come on in and he'll say his little chant, so and so got the goop, they looking like poop, and we're still the kings of the West. I ain't heard that.
He's not in a good mood these days.
He's losing, he's losing the faith. He's losing the faith, Ronbo. We got to wheel him back. We got to wheel him back to the light.
I tried.
We got to wheel him back to the light.
It's going to take a while. He's going to be bitter for a minute. He's even getting on us about trolling other teams in the West. I said, Jay.
Yeah,
Jay,
right. Yeah.
You're a 49er fan. Stand up.
Yeah, Jalen been kind of down the dumps the last couple of weeks. I heard him call in. It don't even sound like he sounds totally different.
He's an abused child. As far as the 49ers go,
like he's run.
Yeah, they beat him up.
He's pretty much all in as we can't win a Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan.
A lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, not saying that Shanahan's on my Christmas list, but who do you replace him with?
This is my thing.
Like you said, Ronbo, if we fire him tomorrow, who do we replace him with?
I know, and he'll be hired that afternoon while we're still looking for a coach.
What's out there? Look at this. And sometimes the grass ain't always green on the other side.
Boy,
so you got to say, what is out there
Ben Brown
better that's better than him?
We went through the what's his name? What's the coach name that they were talking about trying to get Bill Belichick? That wasn't happen. That wasn't gonna happen. That just wasn't gonna happen. This is why we got to go, Bill Brian. But this is why you got to get in here tonight. For those who insist upon getting Shannon, all I ask is an option. I'm not saying I don't disagree with you totally, but I need to know an option that's going to be equal. Then we can compare the two, and then we'll get on your wagon or not. All right, but just fire Shanahan. Yeah. That's not working for me. I need to know I'm going to get something back that's just as good or better. Be better. All right, Brian. I'll see you Sunday. Okay.
All right, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful, and shout out to production. The law is finally, and I do mean finally, out.
Good night, Brian. Appreciate you, fam. See you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo. See you Sunday.
Yeah, man. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, I made the mistake of watching some clips of people like our new linebacker. And then I also watched some. I went back to a couple of years ago. To put Chip Kelly, right? Remember when they were setting records, running against us all the time. I said, it looks just like this now. Every week. And the 49ers have set a franchise record for allowing yards by a running back. And he's sitting there in tears. And I said, God, it looked a lot like that this year. So, Steven, I don't know. Can we get this run defense better? Is there anything they can do at this point? We've already finished with free agency for the most part. We don't have any money to spend for anybody else.
We need a solid, big body defensive tackle up the middle that we can interchange in and out during reps. That's one of the main things. If you want to stop the run game, we need that. Linebackers cover the middle, meaning that they kind of either guard the tight ends or they go into blocking slant receivers. And then we would just have to have a decent enough
spy. Change strategies, what you're saying.
Yeah, it's really just strategy. But if we could have maybe two good, decent, big body defensive tackles, I think the run game will cease to exist. We won't allow that many runs to get in because we had Javon Hargrave, Randy Gregory, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, and then Eric Armstead. And Eric Armstead was always injured, and he was always a liability on that defense, allowing runs to get through him when he wasn't healthy. When he would say he would play in, So there's all that, and then the fact that we have a empty slot on that side taken up by a guy named Drake Jackson, which sucks because he actually started off really hot there in the beginning of the season, getting 3 sacks.
Oh, Pittsburgh, he was on fire. Yeah.
He was dynamite, but then all of a sudden he just stopped. If anything, our biggest concern will always be that front four. And a lot of people say, no, it's not really that. Yes, it is, because if you look back, we were supposed to have a lockdown front four last season, but for some odd reason, something wasn't clicking. We were missing tackles. Fred Warner was missing tackles, of all people.
I know, right?
Which was crazy. Tafunga was just missing players completely. Just literally flying by as if he was
twirled off them,
flying a plane. Yeah. So we just need a little bit more aggression on either the secondary, or we need to start removing some players that are taking up too much cap space and start looking at players that would actually benefit us. And that goes without saying. If Javon Hargrave doesn't produce, I'd say trade him before the postseason. Trade him. If he's not doing it, then sorry, bro, you got to go. But if this is our year, we got to be aggressive. Look at who we signed so far this offseason. Look at who we're trying to, acquire. Look who is possibly going to get traded. I still stand on 10 toes about either Debo getting traded or Aiyuk getting traded, or worse comes worse, we trade both of them. Debo's too much of a Debo.
Whoa, Steve, wait, back up a second. If you're going to trade both of them, those guys are pretty vital to what we do offensively. Now, what are you going to do to make sure that we remain sturdy in that area?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Ronbo. I still stand on business when I say I think we should trade Debo to the Ravens to get Isaiah Likely. 100%.
Okay.
Two good tight ends that can catch and block. What could go wrong,
Yeah.
Trade Debo, get Isaiah Likely and the draft pick, and then possibly trade Aiyuk to the Jags and get a decent, a couple of decent, draft picks for this year. If not 2 this year, 1 next year, and then let them sign that big-ass contract. Because we're going to be looking to, free up some cap space come the next following season. So it sounds crazy, but you got to look at it as a business aspect. If Aiyuk is asking for too much money, hey, bro, sorry, business is business. We got to let you go. We know you're a childhood, favorite, but hey,
Yeah,
man, it is what it is.
I just
We'll
want
look to the draft.
Yeah, I don't want to. But Steven, you want to trust the draft pick? I need the same potency out there. And Brandon Aiyuk has proven to be a lot more than a wide receiver. Some of those runs that we
Here's the
had this
problem.
year, that was a result of him coming
Here's the
down the
problem.
field.
Here's the problem with that. So we didn't trust Brandon Aiyuk the first 2 seasons we got him. He wasn't that good.
Well, that
Only
happens with
now
rookies.
did he actually step up. If you really look at it, only now did he actually step up.
It wasn't
He
bad
dropped
last year.
passes.
He had 2 good years. Well, yeah, everybody, yeah.
So it's like, we can't really say like, oh yeah, he was dynamite out of college, or did he, say he really sucked, because he was so-so for the first 2 years. With Debo, like I've said it before, and I'll say it again, we need to get rid of him before the league finds out he's just a fraud. I mean, he is a one-trick pony, and I know it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah,
That's
Steven,
going to rub a lot of people the wrong way.
I had no idea that you felt this way about Debo. You're really running him down.
I've always felt this way about Debo. I think we've hyped him up to where, he is this amazing wide receiver that can dice up players. But if you really look at it and you look at the tapes, he is a one-trick pony kind of guy. He'll block, don't get me wrong. He'll run through people, which is nice. But we need someone who can cause separation and go deep. And Brandon Aiyuk can do that. Juwan Jennings can do that. But, we rely too much on Debo. And when Debo doesn't get that ball, he won't do his assignments. He will straight up not do his assignments. And that's part of the reason why we don't see a lot of him anymore, is because, you don't block, you don't get no rock.
Well, the thing is, we got so many weapons now. But you know what's funny? Because Juwan Jennings is a combination of Aiyuk and Debo. And that's interesting, isn't it?
And he's older than both of them.
Is he?
Chris Connolly, Chris Connolly.
No, I'm talking about Jennings. Chris Conley's old.
Oh, no, I'm talking about in general.
Huh.
Juwan Jennings and Chris Connolly are probably, arguably, one of the 2 better receivers we have on that lineup. And that's also something that a lot of people are going to say that's controversial, because Juwan Jennings is clutch. I have yet to see Juwan Jennings
he redefined that word. My God, he was amazing last year. So, yeah.
He showed up where Debo and Aiyuk couldn't really show up. And people are going to say, oh, what about the catch at Detroit? I will say this. I love the fact that he caught it, but that was luck. That was pure 100% luck. If he had not caught that, we would have been out.
Who Debo or who made a great catch in
Aiyuk against Detroit. If he missed that catch, it'd have been over. We'd been done. We would have never made it to the Super Bowl. And probably Detroit would have got their first one. But you know what? Like I said, Deebo Samuel, we'll trade him to the Baltimore Ravens, get a draft pick, and Isaiah Likely while he's still on his rookie contract. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Let him go to the Ravens. Let him be running back number 3 in that room full of running backs. You got Lamar Jackson. You got
Steven, this is blasphemy. But I understand. We got to.
You got to look at it from this standpoint. If we're going to really go in and try to get that shit, Ronbo, you got to get that offensive line forward to 5.
Yeah.
Make sure that front 4 looks pretty damn good to stop every run game, and then find some receivers that are actually worth a damn. And it's hard to say that because I do like Brandon. The problem is that he's kind of rubbing off on Debo too much in terms of personality, and that's going to go bad.
Steven, stop. We got to go. But listen, you keep that energy. I'm looking for you Sunday. All right, and let's get back into this. I had no idea you've been hiding this disdain for certain personalities on this team. I didn't know about that. But Steven, no wrong. Give my best. And with Steven.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night.
You too. Does anybody else feel that way about Debo and Aiyuk? You know what? I think what we do every year, though, as soon as they get ready to get paid and they start fussing a bit, we immediately get mad at them. I don't know Matty, up in beautiful Bend, Oregon. Matty.
Hey, buddy. First off, man, we're not getting rid of Tafunga at all, man.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That guy.
Yeah.
No. He's just I don't know. He brings an energy, man, but he also just brings I don't know. He's a brilliant player.
I should say he's a sharp player out there too. He's got that Richard Sherman thing going on, right? They don't necessarily have all that speed, but they know where that ball's going. He's amazing. That's a gift. You can't train for that.
Yeah, not everybody's got that, buddy. Yeah, no, not everybody's got it. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, I agree.
So as far as defense, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah,
we got some nice.
It was an accident. What happened this past year with
some
the
nice
run?
players you brought in.
Yeah.
With that Devontae guy, and then we got the Leonard.
Oh, Devondre out of Green Bay. I shouldn't have watched that clip on him. I got discouraged. Devondre gets he's out of position, and I don't know if that's him or was that the defensive coordinator. He makes I don't know. I just I understand why Green Bay said, Devondre, we're gonna let you go and wish you the best of luck. Thanks for all you've done for us there, bro.
Yeah, don't let the door hit you.
And Eric Kendrick, right? Man, Kendrick, okay, Niners, you got it. Let's go. And Eric, Dallas Cowboys says, you're going to be my mic. What? I get to lead the defense? Yeah. 49ers are paying me more money.
Oh, my goodness.
But I'll take this prestige. Damn fool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he looks like.
Should be pretty entertaining if nothing else,
Man. So,
I'm kind of with you. I think we should do something with the offensive line, but you know how they roll.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it's like the Hawks used to put a lot of emphasis on their defensive line because they meant to just destroy you. And little Russie was left out there to go for his own because we're going to run the ball anyway, right? So the 49ers, they do have something akin to that way of thinking. And they have for ever since Shanahan got there. Kyle wanted an offensive lineman that could get out in space, be athletic, and run. I don't care so much if you can't pass protect, but you do need to create that maze for our running backs to shoot through there. That's what I mainly want to emphasize. Meanwhile, there are times, Kyle, when you do need somebody who can protect the quarterback so he can make plays. So Kyle's coming way around that thinking now, I think, because he knows.
I hope so. Only time will tell. It'd be nice if Purdy had just a little bit more time in the pocket.
Yeah. It's no accident that every time Kyle Shanahan has a quarterback, the guy ends up in the hospital. So, he needs to think about that himself. Kyle, that's somewhat on you. You need to get those guys some protection out there, man.
Especially if this is your guy, this is the one.
Get an offensive
protect
lineman.
This man.
Please.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. And we're going to make judgments
we're
too.
Picking late,
Matt, Matt, you see an offensive lineman you want in the draft?
Nothing that really stands out to me, but
the kid up there where you are, is he Oregon?
Yeah, out of Oregon.
Yeah. He's going to go.
No, I think it's either that or Washington. I think there's a kid out of Washington too.
Yeah, you know what? Number 4 or 5 pick. Remember when Quentin Nelson? I was shocked when he got picked as high as he did from the Indianapolis. I said, "Jesus Christ, really?
Oh yeah,
wow."
Yeah, come on now.
But I wish Kyle had that kind of passion for offensive linemen. He doesn't have to be the top 5, but I don't need you going past 10 either.
Yeah, it was a little. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that too, but
he's good. Nelson's.
I don't know.
Boy, is
you always kind of wonder what people are thinking sometimes.
Yeah. Hindsight, though. With the draft, it's always hindsight. It's always better than. I mean, you think you got the right guy every time you pick up a kid in a draft, and you hope anyway. And then he comes in, and the NFL may not be what his cup of tea. There may be some things he doesn't fit your program. It's just so many things that could go wrong. And the bigger percentage of the time, Matty, I think they do go wrong. You look at all these quarterbacks in the first top 10 picks, man, most of them aren't playing anymore. Or they're on a backup role or something.
Well, and I'm hoping, with some of our dumb luck, maybe we'll get something offensive line-wise, in a later draft pick.
Yeah, right. Wait till the 5th round. That's our nice ground.
come up with, something like Kittle. He was a later draft pick, or
Fifth round
a Debo.
pick.
He wasn't Debo second round.
Debo
It
second
doesn't
round.
always have to be a first round pick.
No, in fact,
So-
it's best that it not be. You pay him less money because the first round pick has to be paid. There's a standard for first round picks, and then you have to give him a 5th-year option. But George Kittle, they went over there looking at something else, and they picked up George Kittle, 5th round.
Who would have thought?
Nobody. Just
So
that's
I'm
crazy.
excited. I'm always excited. I'm always pumped up, man.
Yeah,
'Cause we've got to have something in between here and there.
it's fun being a 49er fan, and we get picked on because
It
you
is.
guys lost another Super Bowl. Did you notice that you said your key word there was another Super Bowl? How many have you participated in? Rams. See, this is why I say about teams always, hey, you guys lost another Super Bowl. Look at you talking and making a fool of yourself. That's just
Man,
stupid.
they make it easy on themselves, making an ass out of themselves, man. I mean, they do it so easy to themselves.
But that's what it is.
Where
man.
they find the time.
You got to pick at guys on the top. It's rough at the top. And we got to feel that stuff.
Yeah, we just got to deal with it. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just kind of normal.
Yeah.
Like you said, when you're at the top, people are coming at you.
People take shots. And look, you got enough trolls
Always
in
coming
there
at you.
to start an army, running around in the chat, talking
I
trash.
live around Seahawks fans, Ronbo. I live around Seahawks fans.
God, that's got to be brutal.
Uh,
I could see me down
disgusting.
calling home. I'm at the police station. Why? Yeah, I was minding my own business at a restaurant, and a guy comes by wearing a Hawks hat. Hey, you really a 49er fan, you idiot? And listen, before I finish my meal, you're going to be gone, right? Yeah, no, you guys suck. And you know what? We own your ass. And now I'm up out of the seat. God, would you people please give me a break? God. So, we'll be all right.
No, never. Yeah, it'll be good. Everything's gonna work out, buddy.
We are, Manny. This is
The force be with us.
I know it needs to be. Manny, let me see you Sunday, okay?
All right, buddy.
Hope that weather's still holding up.
All
Hey,
right.
summertime is coming to Oregon. It should be getting pretty warm now, huh?
It's gonna be nice, man. It's been pretty nice lately, so
All right. There you go.
starting to ramp up. It's spring, so yeah, summer's real nice here.
I know. I've seen that. Houses sitting out amongst the forest and everything like that. It's a beautiful area. But, Matty, slap a Hawks fan first chance you
All
get.
right, buddy.
Wear a mask so he doesn't be able to identify you. And have a great day.
You too, buddy. Have a good night, man.
You
I'll catch
too.
you Sunday.
All right, looking forward to it. Night,
All right.
Matty.
Night,
Here he
buddy.
is. All right, Matty. Oh, here he is. Well, it's a big show. Ooh, it's a big show on tonight. Show, get in there, man, and give me some grief. I love it.
Happy Friday, Ronbo. Happy Friday. Thank God. Ronbo, let's just draft every kid that current 49ers players have
Yeah, we'd
when
have a
they
whole
pop
team.
out of their mom's stomach. I mean, come on. They're going to be all pros. They're going to be Pro Bowlers. They're going to be first ballot Hall of Famers. They're going to be all the accolades you can think of that you can gain in the NFL. Let's just do it. Let's forget about it. Let's just draft them because of their last name.
Why wait?
You
So-
just put them in helmets and they'll be fine.
So you know what the funny thing is? It's not like the NBA. The NBA, the offspring of some of those basketball players, they do come in and light things up. But I think of a football player, and if anybody's been paying attention to this, it's you.
Basketball though, and those dudes are 6'7" and above.
I know. and the dad trained them from the time they were 4 foot
Exactly.
nothing. But think of a football player that's coming to the league that's a father's great. Can you think of anybody?
The only one I can think of in this coming up, this upcoming
McCaffrey.
draft is Marvin Harrison. No,
No, I'm thinking
Come
of McCaffrey's the only.
stop.
I'm so Christian. I'm talking about Christian. I'm trying to think
Oh,
of
okay, yeah.
guys that have famous fathers, and McCaffrey for the
Marvin
most part
Harrison Jr.
surpassed his father, Marvin Harrison Jr. What's the guy? The Pittsburgh Steelers. His dad, Ironhead. Did he adopt that name as well? But he came in. He was good.
I don't know.
Some of the yeah.
But anyways, just ignore those people that want every single kid, every single offspring of former players of ours on this team. That's just pure ridiculousness, and it's not. There's no. Who's to say they're going to work out in number one? Who's to say they're going to beat out the current players on the roster number two?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. These people are projected to be drafted day 2, day 3 in the draft of this year. And speaking of Frank Gore Jr.'s son, who I love Frank Gore to death, but his son was turned away from Miami when he was coming out of high school because they didn't want him. He was too small, and he was forced to go into a lower division Southern Miss, wherever he went to school. You know what I mean? So that's a red flag right there. Just be wary. I mean, just because their last name is Rice and Gore doesn't mean they're going to pan out like their dads did.
Owens.
Like, just stop that. It's so dumb. That's not how you draft just because of their last name.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are into nostalgic things, you know. I doubt the 49ers are going to really do anything more than look at those kids and judge them in the same way they judge everybody else. Can't imagine. You can't. That's a place on the roster. It's a draft pick. You don't just do that for the sake. Well, it's Frank's kid. Nobody's going to do that. So.
Yeah, that's. I'm done talking about that. That's just pure stupidity drafting that way just because of the kid's last name of their dads and stuff like that. The only player that I would draft because of their dad's last name is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
And he's actually really freaking good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Regardless of his attitude, of it, not him, I don't blame him for not wanting to do his pro day or anything like that, or the underwear Olympics and the combine and things like that. Just save your body for the long run.
But you don't need to be impolite about it. Now, a lot of these guys that come in and say that kind of thing. Nick Bosa said, "Well, no, I'm going to do this and that because of the fact I want to get ready." Just tell the truth. I'm not going to go out there and get hurt just to prove what's already pretty much on tape. I understand that. I'm a good football player. I don't necessarily have to run the 40. I don't need to run all those drills. I don't need to do this.
That's how you tear your hamstring and drop your draft stock.
Yeah.
By running 40s and stuff like that. So
we've seen that guy. What was his time again? Did he run almost a less? Did he get close to 4.1? Yeah.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, he came off the leg. His hamstring was bleeding. Looked like So you got to be careful with that stuff. It's true.
And the tackles you guys were talking about. Who was the last caller?
Matty, yes.
Yeah, the Oregon guy. Yeah.
The Oregon, offensive
the Oregon
tackle.
State guy.
Yeah.
Oregon State guy his name is Talise Fuaga. He's 6'6", 334 pounds of right tackle.
Did you say 334?
And also, no. He's 6'6", 334 pounds.
That's what I said. It's 334 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
He's a Polynesian, isn't he? See, this is what I'm saying. You want to get those. I want, especially a nose tackle. I'm still, Via Vea wanted to be on 49ers. We went and got Mike McGlinchey. There's so many guys missed. Polynesian players they're just natural athletes when it comes to football. You don't pass up
and
on
also, Roger Rosendorn, the tackle from Washington you guys were talking about, he's also 6'6" and over 300 pounds as well on a right tackle. Yeah.
Can he move? So, you know how Kyle is.
Oh, I know how he is. He's a choke artist.
I forgot. Why did I ask? Why did I ask you this question? But those guys need to be able to move in space, though. But go ahead.
I completely agree with Steven. He left out the point. I want to piggyback where he left off, and he left off that we're going to have $60 million if we pay Aiyuk.
I love the show. Thank you.
Wide receiver. Thank you, Steven. We're going to have $60 million tied up in the wide receiver room if we pay Aiyuk. And you know what happens to our players when we pay them? They slack off. Where's Nick Bosa been? Where's George Kittle been?
Fred Warner had
the only
an
one
off
that's
year.
Working their ass.
He was okay,
Fred Warner
had an off year for him.
Yes. This is why I'm not a fan of paying everybody. Even Bill Belichick, you can't pay everybody to sustain success for the next 20 years. That's how they were so great all that time, because they don't have any problem getting rid of players. Exactly. And I don't mind drafting Aiyuk's replacement in the first round. Should we trade him up? Should we trade a pick for him, a high pick for him, and then draft an offensive lineman 31? I don't think they're going defense this year. I could be wrong.
So I bet you on that. I bet you. First round pick, defensive tackle.
We know John loves
Kyle,
defensive tackles, but we solidified that defensive tackle spot with the trade with the Texans. So,
Malik.
I think they're going to focus more on the offensive line and finding younger playmakers. Should we trade Aiyuk or Debo post June 1? Because I'm in total agreement with Steven. I'm really not a fan of one-trick pony players as far as Debo goes. I think most teams would view him as a running back as opposed to a wide receiver, because where have you seen him run a really crisp route lately? And he's been slacking off as far as staying in shape goes. He keeps tearing his hamstrings, and he's getting older, and he's focused more on Kay Adams' show than focus on football and
bringing the baby out there.
He's blocking 49ers content creators on Twitter, and he's mouthing off on Twitter at the fans like, "Oh, leave me alone. These trade rumors aren't true." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I saw Debo. Well, he's always been sensitive.
I remember back in the day, you and I were having a conversation about Bruce Ellington, and I didn't even mention him or add him, and we were just talking about, you and I were talking about him on Twitter, and he blocked me out of nowhere all of a sudden.
He man blocked me. I'm not trying to. Whoa, Debo, what is the matter? Yeah, I don't know.
No, Bruce Ellington blocked me when we were talking. You and I were talking about him years ago on Twitter about something, in casual conversation. I didn't even add him or mention him or anything. He must have just looked up his name and saw people talking about him and started blocking people like randomly.
I blame him for that. You can't be a football player, any professional sport player, and be that sensitive. That's just...
That's in the skin, exactly. You're getting paid millions of dollars
to take this.
You're going
to get criticized.
You got to take the crap, Yeah.
So we got to go. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking for you.
Shout out to everyone. All right, take care.
Appreciate you.
Good night.
So it's made it very clear, we're not going to be bringing in kids just because your last name is of somebody once famous with the 49ers. I have to agree with that. He needs to be able to evaluate it as being possibly productive and valuable. He just can't walk around with a name on his back of his jersey. So, ooh, is that Jerry Rice's child? Oh, is that Terrell Owens? There's McCaffrey. No. They got to be able to contribute. Here he comes, the unfortunate one, the youngster that has been abused for years and has asked us to stop trolling others until we make some improvements. Jalen!
Ronbo, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, it's a good night when you get me and Show back to back.
Ain't that
hard
the
to
truth?
beat that one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ronbo, good to see you. Well, hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a week. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the season to pick up, so I'm just going slow with it. But what do you think, Jalen?
Well, at least we know now what's going to happen as far as the draft goes at number one. Like, we didn't know if the Bears was going to take Caleb Williams. We didn't know they were going to keep Justin Fields. So this whole situation with the NFL is going to be pretty good next year, Ronbo. You got a lot of quarterbacks moving to different places. It's going to be very competitive. Caleb Williams going to the Bears. We'll see how he looks there with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. We'll see how he looks there. Steelers might be a problem, Ronbo.
But if you take a look at Caleb, what do you think about Caleb, though? Because some people say, especially Tony, Caleb might be soft. But what do you think of him?
Soft?
Soft.
Now, Ronbo, I ain't going to lie. See, that's the thing about these players being drafted now, Ronbo. They from my generation. So, yes, they're all a little soft. Yeah, they are. You ain't getting these. Nah, you're not getting these tough nail 90s kids no more, man. You getting 2000 social media kids. So they are a little bit softer. I
like that description.
It's a different day and age coming into the league now, Ronbo.
Yeah.
So There's gonna be a whole lot more people taking, pictures off their account, scrubbing accounts, blocking. There's gonna be a whole lot more of that, Ronbo. I can tell you now.
Yep.
A whole lot more of that. Golly, we just in the beginning of it. Trust me, it's gonna get worse.
Damn. Can you?
But
imagine?
yeah, man, yeah. Ronbo, I had one of the most craziest dreams yesterday, bro. A nightmare, man. I don't know if I was in a coma. I woke up one day. It was February, man. It was the Super Bowl time. I looked at my phone. It's 41-0. Kansas City got us up. I said, what the fuck is going on? Ronbo, I woke up, my heart was beating so fast, Ronbo. I said, absolutely not. I said, absolutely not. We can't go back to no fourth Super Bowl and get blown out. Ronbo, I don't know what I'd do.
I'm with you on that. I'm. You know what? That's just causing me anxiety now. I don't want to go Super Bowl. 49ers have made it to the second successive Super Bowl in a row, but unfortunately, the Kansas City Chiefs will be waiting for them there. And the first thing I'm going to do is, the embarrassment. Y'all can't lose this time. I'm telling you, y'all got to get past them.
I don't think we can beat them. I don't think we can beat the Chiefs, Ronbo. I mean, I just think it's a mental thing there now at this point. I really do. Like, that is 2 Super Bowls, Ronbo. I mean, damn.
People were asking, was I crazy rooting for Lamar and the Birds? The Ravens to come on to the Super Bowl. I said, we'll beat them the second time. That was lucky that first time. And I wanted Josh Allen. I said, man, I don't know about the Chiefs, y'all, man. They don't look good, but it's just we got a problem with the Chiefs. I agree.
I would have rather played the Bills, Ronbo, because you got to remember, Kyle Shanahan 2019, we played the Baltimore Ravens. We lost to them. Remember that game in Baltimore, Ronbo?
Yeah,
we lost to the Ravens. And then we just lost to them again this year. So, I mean. Yeah,
but Lamar has some kind of problem when it comes to the playoffs. He's got a mental hurdle to get over, too. Lamar looked worse than I've ever seen him ever playing against
Ronbo,
the Chiefs in that game.
I think Lamar just got a thing versus the Chiefs. I just think he can't perform that well versus the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're right. There's 4 or 5 teams that cannot beat the Chiefs. And then you talk to Joe Burrows. Man, I'll beat the Chiefs all day, anytime. And they got by me one time, and they go happen, I said, man, that's just strange.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, Ronbo, I seriously am wondering, man, like if I like to pick up Leonard Williams, all this, that, and the third. But Ronbo, we both know that if healthy, which we just recently found out he wasn't healthy, if Chase Young is 100% healthy, Leonard Williams isn't better than him. Or Leonard Floyd, whatever his name is. Ronbo, we're Devondre Campbell, he's not better than Dre Greenlaw. So, these guys that we're bringing in, they're good, but why are we acting like they're better than the guys that we had them replaced?
That's right. We're acting.
I'm seriously curious, Ronbo. Like, if we couldn't get it done with a much better team last year, how the hell are we gonna get it done this year?
See, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm saying. Can we stop the run, please? Because
Ronbo, we don't have Greenlaw or Armstead or Kinlaw. That's the run stoppers right there.
Oh, well, we haven't seen this guy from Houston. He might be okay. I don't know about that dude from the Browns. Somebody on Twitter came in when I was laughing and talking. Man, tell you that dude, he's not that good. He's a backup at best.
Do you think that guy from Houston, do you think he's better than Eric Armstead?
Probably not.
That's all that matters, Ronbo. If he's not better than the guy he's replacing, then why are we getting excited? Because even the guys that we had to replace them weren't even that good at stopping the run. What are we? I mean, like, come on now, Ronbo. It's time to get realistic.
No, I don't want to get realistic. I don't feel like crying. Because you know what? Whoever pick up in the draft, and they're going to get a defensive lineman, Jalen, I'm not sure is he going to be ready to go from year one. There's not many Bosa's around the league.
Ronbo, Kyle has to stop red-shirting these freaking rookies. I am getting sick and tired of it. Please stop drafting guys in the 3rd and 2nd round and sitting them for a year, Kyle. We still don't know what Danny Gray can do.
Danny Gray is a poster child.
Ronbo.
Okay, but you know what? Kyle could put him up on the wall. Don't be like this guy. Because Danny Gray, I got a feeling.
Price though, Ronbo. We don't even know what's wrong with Ty Davis Price or Jordan Mason. Why don't he play these guys?
I really wish I'm with you on that. I'm so curious, Kyle. Why you don't ever let those boys play, man? You got a pecking
But he'll
order.
he'll take out Chris Conley, a 30-year-old journeyman, which is he's good. But Ronbo, come on now, like that guy, he's a journeyman for a reason, Ronbo. If he was that damn good, he would have been on 6 teams in the NFL.
Well, we got another one coming over here. How many teams has Yidium been with? You know, it's worrisome. It really is. I don't know what to think about
Ronbo.
that. God.
Yeah, we need to let our young skill position players play. We need to let Gray play. We need to let Ronnie Bell play. We need to see what we have.
Bell got a decent amount of snaps, so considering how Kyle thinks.
And I feel like he's good, Ronbo. I feel like he's gonna be good. You can't coach and treat these players like you did old players, Ronbo. If you just sit him on the bench, he's gonna be thinking to himself, man, Kyle must really think I suck.
Yeah.
He must really think I suck if I can't get out. Mike Ronbo, you can't crush this generation's confidence. We're super, super talented, but we just don't have that mental strength to handle. You know, like you can't shut nobody down like that.
And Jalen, I suspect though, if you look at a guy out there that's playing that you know you can play better than he is, that's going to work even harder, I would imagine. So yeah, I can understand that. Jalen, we got to go.
Look at Jari Brown, Ronbo. He put him out there. Look. Man, he was a baller.
Kind of picked off the pass right off the top.
Man,
you're right. I ain't got no argument.
Man, Ronbo, he winner. He's a linebacker we drafted last year. I would love to see him get some more play time. He ran like a 4.5, if I'm not mistaken.
He's going to get it this year because Devondre, I'm worried about that. Jalen, we're going to go. I'll see you Sunday, and hopefully you feel better then.
Ronbo, I don't even know what the hell to say after these calls anymore, Ronbo. I mean, I'm 22 and I've seen 3 Super Bowl losses. I can't name no other franchise that's done that. In the span of 15 years, we've lost 3 Super Bowls, Ronbo.
But that's saying something right there. We've been there, just didn't do that.
Ronbo, I don't give a damn about participation trophies. We just lost. Man, okay. We've been there. Okay, Ronbo.
I can't get any worse.
I go to the dance, but by the end of the night, my date is being taken from me. You know, that makes no sense, Ronbo. We make it to the dance, but our date is being taken by the end of the night. That's like, come on now.
It's a bad thing. Jay, let's go get better. But anyway, I'm going to see you Sunday, and we'll continue, okay? There he goes. Frustration setting in. I don't blame him. That's a lot of Super Bowls in a short amount of time. We should have won at least one of them. And by the way, we should have won all 3. That's what's so irritating. All 3 were right there, Niners. Take the damn game. 49er Brian.
Hey, Ronbo, you know the difference between me, Jalen, and Big Show?
What's that?
I've seen the Niners win 5 times, and they haven't.
That's just cruel.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, boys. Well, stop the crying, you two. That's all you guys do is cry. We need these guys, and we don't have the money for this, and our team sucks, and Kyle's the devil. Oh, stop crying. That's why they call us the 49ers, because of you guys. Actually, the 40-winers, because of you two guys. So please stop. And hey, if we draft a Frank Gore Jr. or a Brendan Rice, so what? That'd be cool. I'd like to see that, wouldn't you, Ronbo? They might turn out to be good.
Well, then there's that. That's what I was trying to get to, but I couldn't get a word in on the show on that one. I said, they might turn out to be good ball players. I mean, we can't hold it against them that some great players had them as children, and now they're here to see if they can make their mark. It just came out that way. But if any of them beat out and look good, I want them drafted, yes.
And then, hey, Big Show's always worried about money. I think there's an accountant job open for the 49ers recently, isn't there? They probably fired the dude that messed up on the draft thing with the money, right?
I know.
Jeez. Hey, Big Show, go apply for that job, dude. You're always whining about we don't have enough money everywhere. Go figure it out, buddy. Help us out.
Brian, but we've probably been doing that ever since the Eddie D days. How did they catch us? I mean, they went in and combed through the book. Do they have auditors that come in and comb through your books? When I heard that, I said, how the hell they find out about something
Ronbo,
like that?
It's ridiculous. You're telling me these guys that do accounting for us don't have at least a college degree or some kind of professional status to go into the biggest organization in the league and not mess up money? How the heck does that happen?
I especially to the tune that it did. What did you do? Oh.
And Gene D, why don't you get the hell out of here, you chump? Go dust off your 10-year-old Trump trophy.
Hey, that's right,
you
Gene.
have.
You got your one trophy. That trophy's it's getting up there, Gene. It's getting up there.
You and Chrissy Everett go walk into the sunset together and hold hands and just talk about how we suck all day because you guys have nothing but going on in your lives. Nothing.
They spend the afternoons playing grab ass. You know what, though? What's going to be funny is, like, next year, if neither one of them do any well, because while they've been teasing us as we're kicking ass and getting there, at least, they've been fooling around in the fish pond and doing nothing. Gene, Jimmy.
Exactly.
And his son, Tribe.
Yeah. Yeah, Tribe, get a life. Who are you? Who the heck are you? You're nobody. You come in this chat, you trash on Ronbo every time you're coming here, and we don't know who you are. You're just a nobody. So go away. You're annoying. Go away.
You know what's funny? There's about 3 guys. Tribe used to pretend, I think, to be a 49er fan. There's about 3 guys like that. That have since either changed their name or left, right?
Right.
But guys like Tribe, and Jimmy Everett, and they don't call in. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. When's the last time we heard from Texas boy, Gina D's boyfriend? We haven't heard from him forever either.
We did. Brian, he called in one time. And production couldn't get things under control. He just got beaten to a bloody pulp. It was pretty bad. Oh, my God. I said, all right, guys, time. Guys, all right, oh, my God. This is not how we treat people, guys. All right, cut it off. Cut it all off. Yeah. Jesus. Texas hasn't been back since. So, yeah.
Well, hey, it's not like we care, right?
No, not really.
I don't need to be mean.
I was trying to be a cordial host and welcome everybody that was going to behave themselves.
You are, Ronbo. Ronbo, I gotta give you props. You're nicer than I would be to some of these chumps in chat. That's for sure. Well, especially when they're talking about you and Chrissy Everett talking about Therese in there. I mean, dude. Girl's not even here, and you have to pick on a woman. She can't even defend herself. What kind of man are you?
And make sure you
Shut
do.
the hell up.
I've waited for him to say something misogynistic or something that I just was exactly. Oh, Jimmy. Hey, Mr. Everett, I'm waiting for you. Be careful with Sharice. I'm telling you, I protect the women that come in here now. Tell you. You can come at me. I wish I could meet you guys on a neutral site, though. You guys want to exchange barbs? I'll beat your ass from one end of that goddamn thing to the other. But I have to be nice in here.
They won't because they're a pack of cowards, Ronbo. They're all a bunch of cowards, and they know it. And they know their team sucks, and we're going to beat their ass again this year. Yeah. Rams are getting swept. Sea-Trash are getting swept. And Arizona's probably going to get swept. So what are we talking about here? Yeah, we're winning our division, and we're going to be in the playoffs. And there's nothing you chumps can do about it. Nothing.
It's and they've seen this year after year. That's 2 years in a row getting swept. Well, although the Rams in a practice game. I forgot about that. We didn't need to play that game, and we made all our starters play a few minutes and sit down. And when they left, they were leading the game. And, of course, the Rams came from behind, and Rudy's still talking about it. Oh, God.
They can only beat our backups, Ronbo. That's all they can beat. So funny. That was their Super Bowl for the year, probably, I think.
Let me ask you a question, though, Brian. Did you ever have you ever thought about trolling the Patriots, the Steelers? The Cowboys are another story. But I've never looked at teams that handed us our ass and decided to talk to them as if. I said, you know what? You guys got a lot of nerve, don't you? You guys got Rams,
First of all,
and Hawks got 3 trophies between them, and they're talking.
Yeah.
Makes no
Steelers,
sense.
I've noticed the Steelers. The Steelers are a respectable organization, and they have a great fan base. And I honestly, every Steeler fan that I've met has been respectful, not mean or talk trash about the Niners or said any crap. Every Steeler fan I've met has been just cool.
Because
But I mean a Rams fan or a Seahawks fan, and they just are the biggest. And Eagles are horrible too, man.
Oh yeah, no. Well, that's
Eagles
just the whole. Every team they're like that. But any subservient team,
God.
and they are subservient because they're below us. But I mean, even the Patriots fans. The only thing the Patriots fans get on my nerves with, no, Brady's better than. I mean, really, he's way better than Montana. Guys, I don't know, because you know what? Brady is not won all. Montana pretty much won all his by putting the team on his shoulders. But you guys, Tom's had a lot of help out there. You know, I mean, that's why I make that argument all the time. They don't want to talk about it, you know. So
exactly. But hey, Ronbo, I think the draft or the guys that we got, I honestly think that our defense is going to be better. I mean, look at the Eric Armstead thing.
He wasn't playing after that.
What is he? How many games did he miss this year?
A lot, and he was hurt when he was
last
playing.
Year.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's already an upgrade. What we got, right? I mean, come on.
And he's durable too. He doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So I got.
And the only issue, like God, you and I have talked about this for what 3 or 4 years now. That damn offensive line. I hope we do some drafting for some great offensive line guys, at least 1 or 2 guys.
Could you imagine how Brock's going to look with a good offensive line to give him some time to think? Because Brock's thinking now on the fly, on his feet. I mean, he's running left, he's running right. Guys are on his ass, and he finally finds a receiver. I said, you know what? What if an offensive line?
Oh, we got Big Show calling me up. Ask Brian, did Brendan Rice pass block? Oh, well, you know, have you ever heard of coaching, Michael? That's called practice too, where the guys get shown what to do and they improve on everything to enhance their game. Yeah, it's called practice. You might want to check into that, Michael. And go apply for that job, that accounting job, Big Show. Please do.
We gotta
they
go,
need
Brian.
you, buddy.
We got to go, Brian.
Hey,
keep
no
that
hate
good
the
stuff.
Big Show. Love you guys. TNT, just stop whining. Come on. We're not the 40 whiners. We're the Niners. Love you, Ronbo. Love you all.
Love you, Brian. You have a great night. I'll see you Sunday. Hey, Brian.
Bye. Okay, I'll be there, buddy. Bye-bye.
This is always a fun show. I tell you, I really love coming in here. And Trolls, you guys actually play a big role. You guys are there to be shot at, and I really love that you provide that target. You guys actually got a lot of balls because you come in here and you start trouble, and you're outnumbered. Must be, what is the ratio, about 12 to 1? It's hilarious. That's amazing. We got on the phone next. Hey, yo, Ellis. Ellis is the one who a long time ago got tired of foolishness. He said, "Hey, y'all, don't feed the trolls, man. Just don't talk to them because that's where they get their energy." And that takes a lot of willpower too. You can even Ellis only lasted so long. I remember when Ellis said that, and he didn't. Ellis, he did just exactly what he said we should be doing. He didn't talk to him. Then all of a sudden, they got on his nerves. I think Don Burr is what pissed Ellis off more than anything else, because Ellis started doing a perfect imitation of Don Burr. Detroit versus everybody, you know. So who is this dude? God. Ellis. Ellis got owned by Ramilia? No, that'll never happen. Ellis.
Come on,
I
man.
see you, man. Come on in.
Hey, fam, can you come right back to me in like
we
10 minutes?
We can do it. Yeah, we can do that. We can do it.
Thank you. I love it though. Keep it rolling.
All right.
Hey, Rudy, look, Rudy's. This is Rudy's distant cousin over here, as you guys can see.
Rudy D.
Shout out Darlene, aka Patrick, my hoe.
Ellis, let me go. Go ahead, get what you done so you can get done, and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. All right. Let's go to Tony ATL. Tony, come on in.
Ronbo, the comedy is in rare form tonight.
I know, man, because them dudes. This is why when people say Ronbo, man, every now and then I get people. Man, you're running a circus, man. What's going on your show? You know what? We actually, as 49er fans, we come in to talk football.
Fun, man.
But the thing is,
Fun.
there are some people that come in to rock the boat and do crazy things. But I tell you though, the folks in the chat love beating up on them. So therefore, I almost have to appreciate them for being so silly as to put themselves up as a target. These are teams that are never going to catch up with the 49ers in their lifetime. Their children are not going to catch up with the 49ers in their lifetimes. But yet they're talking as if they're the greatest teams on earth. So you got to appreciate the foolishness, the futility, the all-out it's almost, what do you call that? Masochistic way of treating yourself. I mean, you're never going to amount to the 49ers, Gene. You and your boy Everett and Tribe, your little boy, you guys are just never going to measure up. What are you talking about? But Rudy, Rudy's got, anyway, Tony, man, looking around the league. What do you guys got going on in the league? I've been missing some things. Get me up to date on some of the fun stuff that's going on around the league, too.
Mike Williams signed with the Jets. I was like, oh, no, man. The wide receiver that I like, the Chargers let go.
Oh. He signed with who? The Patriot? What?
Jets. Aaron Rodgers and that Anderson kid.
Damn.
They're going to have a nice receiving core.
Oh. Hey, Tony. But how long do you think Aaron's going to last? This is a point in his career when every little thing's going to hurt. Because that hit that he got that took him out in the first play of that game, that wasn't serious. No, Aaron did that on his own. It was nobody touched him, right? He pulled up and hurt his snap. His Achilles just snapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That remains to be seen. But
yeah.
They picked up Tyron Smith and another tackle. They need to draft another tackle too in the draft.
Yeah.
Don't just settle for there.
Yeah, because they cut their whole offensive line just about, didn't they? How did you feel about that big kid that came to the Jets? They drafted him, 3 years ago? He got drafted the same year as Aiyuk.
Talk about Becton?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Ran the 4.8 at the combine, and everybody lost their mind.
Monster.
Yeah, look at him now.
And came in and didn't do a damn thing. This is why the combine don't use that for a reason to pick up a kid.
Exactly. Exactly. If you notice, most of the fast guys over the years, if you look at the chart, they ran the 4.3s and the 4.2s. Not all of them, but most of them don't last in the league long. And John Ross is the poster boy for all of them.
And he's over in Kansas City. And he's one. Is he? Who went to Kansas City? Is that John?
No, John Ross is out of the league.
Oh, that's right. Left last year. Who is that that's over there now with that blinding speed? They just picked him up a few weeks ago.
Kansas City?
Yeah, they just picked up a burner.
Kansas City?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Anyway, Mahomes now has a deep threat. Serious deep threat. And so I'm saying, you know what? I think somebody should have picked him up before Kansas City did. We don't need him in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. Oh, who is that kid?
Yeah.
Anyway, and also Jamar Chase, he's about the only speedster I know of that I can think of right at the moment that has blinding speed and is still in the league. I mean, he's still productive.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood, thank you, Dante. Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. Kyler Murray's old college teammate at Oklahoma. Yep.
See?
We'll see what happens with that, though, because Chiefs still better address that offensive line. But I guess they didn't pick up the option on Donovan Smith, who they signed for 1 year.
Yeah.
So he's free out there, and ain't nobody picked him up either.
They don't have any money. It's really funny because, and I was trying to figure out, while they checked the 49ers books and found a faux pas and took away a draft pick from us and moved another one back, the Chris Jones got paid a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce has a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. And that they got a situation with Ladarius Sneed, right? They got to pay him or trade him or something like that.
No, somebody just said Sneed just got traded here in the chat.
Did?
Yeah, I thought they was talking about my wide receiver, Ladarius. No, not the Sneed. Somebody said he got traded.
Yeah, might have. What they're probably going to do is go back in the draft and draft another corner in the second round. What they probably going to do, I don't know. And Chase Young signed with the New Orleans Saints.
Did he? Oh yeah, right. I saw that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, and as soon as he got there, my neck is hurting, y'all. You already signed a contract. Yeah, I know, but I need to get this fixed. So I know Chase was hurt the whole time he was with us. I'm pretty sure he's better than what we saw. And he looked tentative. He didn't look really aggressive, as I remember when he was in Washington. He didn't look like Chase Young. So we should have known that he wasn't feeling well. So he'll get a procedure done on his neck, and he'll be back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Ronbo. You know, a lot of moves, a lot of players going to be with a lot of different teams this year, and it's going to be exciting. Did you guys lose Dre Greenlaw? I was hearing y'all talk about.
Yeah, Dre. No, we still got him, but he snapped his Achilles in the Super Bowl. It was probably on the edge of usually Achilles doesn't just snap suddenly. It's usually been wearing out. It usually starts with a calf injury, and the Achilles starts to struggle, and pretty soon it's just really fragile. And Dre got all pumped up. He was doing a job on Travis Kelce. And the 49ers defense was about to come on the field. Dre just explodes off the sideline and run off the field and goes down in a heap. I said, oh, my God, what happened?
Yeah, non-contact injury, man. It happens.
Yeah, too often.
Yeah. But football news, Ronbo, what are the Cleveland Browns thinking? I know it was probably about money because Joe Flacco signed for a 1-year deal, $8.5 million with Indianapolis, right, to be their backup. To that kid Richardson.
Wow.
And Cleveland turns around and signs, you know, my favorite Mr. Interception guys, Matthew Golden Boy Stafford, Dak Prescott, famous Jameis Winston.
Oh,
with Cleveland now.
Jameis went over there, right?
Yeah, man, they should have re-signed Flacco, man. If Watson gets hurt, Winston's just going to throw picks.
And Watson is going to get hurt. He is. He's one of those guys. So
his money's guaranteed. He gets that guaranteed contract. All of his money.
So they're going to try to get him to play no matter what, because whoever signed that deal, the owner's sitting there sweating. Whoever did that.
Yep.
You know,
somebody's going to get fired if they regress. Well, they progress because of Flacco. Remember, he got hurt and Flacco.
Yeah, they look good. I didn't know they could look that good. They look good. Using the Njoku, who I wanted the 49ers to pick up. A couple of years ago, Njoku wanted out of Cleveland. And I said, you know what? Njoku and George Kittle on the same field. Good Lord. Get it.
Flacco can sling it.
Oh,
he could.
He used
If
Njoku.
something happens to Watson, it ain't going to be the same thing. It's going to be picks going the other way with Winston in there.
Don't laugh at him. Remember, he went and got glasses. That's the first time I ever heard of a quarterback that needed eyewear. You know, hey James, you didn't know nothing about that before. Why did you say you couldn't see?
Ronbo, I want to give you a shout out, Ronbo, because if you guys are listening in the chat, I'm talking to you, Rudy, Prissy, Jim, Kim Everett, Gene D, Texas Boy. Even though you ain't in the chat, you watching. Yep. Texas Boy, Gene D, all of you guys.
Don't forget
you
Jimmy
guys
Everett.
have been made famous because of Ronbo and Ronbo's show. So y'all better show proper respect to this man. Y'all coming here with y'all's garbage, because we're going to handle y'all when y'all come in here with y'all's garbage.
There you go.
Ronbo made you guys famous if y'all are famous.
I mean, we all know their names. It's really funny. We all know their names.
Yes.
God, boy.
So you guys are all famous on the bum run circuit. Famous
and you know, Tony, some of them make the circuits. They're on. I'm watching other shows, and I see one of them pop up, especially Jimmy Everett and Lombardi just worked him one day. I loved it. I said, Gene, you love abuse, don't you? What is wrong with you? God, they don't have any Ram. They don't have any Ram sites. Gene, do you guys ever go to your own team pages? What is up with you guys? That is just strange.
They don't have any pages. They don't have any pages. And Gene D, like I told you, imagine being on the 1 yard line. You are a yard away from being a dynasty. You just won the Super Bowl. Your all-pro back just got you 4 yards to play before, and you don't give it to them.
Pass. You can't embarrass them. They don't know their shame. Tony, I'm going to go, and I tell you what, let me see you Sunday, okay? Oh, God.
Yes, sir. And all you clowns I just talked about, y'all show Ronbo proper respect. Because Ronbo gave you guys got a name because of Ronbo and his team. You don't know football. That's why you come here with your little goofball things, whatever it is you guys do. But we'll handle y'all. We'll handle y'all every time.
God, and I appreciate that too, Tony.
Yes, sir. We got about 5 weeks to the draft. 5 weeks to the draft.
Yeah. The heat starts going up though, because you're gonna hear about people drafting up or trading up and things like that. And somebody says what's the name? What if Caleb
trying to trade up, Ronbo?
Who?
Here in Minnesota trying to trade up with Arizona, get J.J. McCarthy at 4.
Wow.
That'd be dumb.
And then you have people like Caleb. Like one thing Jalen said is absolutely, I've observed that. It's absolutely true. You know, this generation of youngsters coming into the draft now, they don't seem to know what the league was like before. They got it very comfortable now, NFL for quarterbacks. Watch Caleb Jackson end up saying the wrong thing. He's already said a couple times and reneged on some things he said, as if he were insinuating that he would not go to the Chicago Bears if they called on him. And then he came back and said, no, I never said that. Yes, you did. People don't make stuff up like that. Caleb, what's the
and
what?
Ronbo, and they're praising him. They're praising him because he's the first AAU quarterback to go to the NFL. Since they started this AAU stuff, he's the first AAU guy to be drafted in the NFL. Coming up, he's strutting the stuff. He's proud of that. Like I said, I heard the caller say earlier, yeah, he's soft. Go back and look at the 2022 Pac-12 championship game, and you'll see how soft he is. It's Utah.
We're gonna, every quarterback that comes in the league now, I still feel sorry for Bryce Young. His little body shouldn't have been coming in the NFL to begin with. Honestly, that's the truth. And then when he got here, he's pretty tough, though, because Bryce got blasted on several different occasions. Most guys wouldn't have got up. Oh, my God, they need an offensive line in Carolina. I think they've addressed that to some degree, I think. But, my God.
Yeah, they got a ways to go. So they're taking baby steps. They'll take baby steps.
Real baby steps.
Gene D, before I leave, y'all have Gene D, when y'all don't have success this year, it's going to be the curse of Petey Carroll. Remember I said it here first? Y'all have been cursed.
Yes.
Petey Carroll put a curse on y'all.
Alice, we're gonna go to Alice. Hey, Tony, let me see you Sunday. All right? Appreciate you, fam.
Yes,
always.
Sir. Ronbo, have a good night. And remember what I said, trolls. Good night, Ronbo.
It's like, Tony, you guys fire him up every time. Really coming in taking shots at Tony. I can't believe it. Yo, Ellis. Ellis actually, his page is still up anyway. He must be standing around there somewhere. 49 Brian says, Rudy has never looked better. Ellis, Brian likes your shot. They like the abuse, though. The more we abuse him, the more they like it. You guys are very sick. You guys know that, don't you, Gene, Jim? All you guys. What the hell is wrong with you? Your boy Tribe? What's this? God, it's just strange. And you guys actually talk as if you were winning. Yeah, well, we did a number on that. Jim, yeah, Tribe. Hey, he ran Ronbo right off the show. He used to do 5 days a week. I've never done 5 days a week. Now he's down to 1. We do 2. If you're gonna lie, I mean, if you're gonna talk trash, at least be accurate about it. Ellis, paging Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Yo, Ellis. Ellis, you know, I don't want to be like some people, but I am concerned about our ability. If we don't play good defense, you know, I don't. There's not a lot of teams except. Well, I take that back. I do notice that the Chiefs got away a couple of years with having an average to below average defense, but everybody can't get away with that, you know. But our defense, I'm a little concerned. I don't know if we addressed the run issue. Well, are we going to be okay with that, or do you think we got to find all we're going to get in the draft? And if we have to depend on that, do you feel concerned?
You saying that? Sorry, it's a lot going on over here in my background. You said do you think we're all right defensively on the rush side of the ball?
On run stop, because I'm a little concerned with some of the players we've lost. I got Dre out with with an Achilles injury. I've got Eric Armstead has just left us. I'm not sure what to believe. Even with those guys there last year, we picked up some guys that are okay. I don't know if they're better than what we had. So, because I'd love to have a Monahu back. Also, there's several guys that left, and we got replacements. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. We can't have people running on us like they did back in 2013 and 15. 2014, 15, yeah.
I mean, we definitely are going to get some more defensive linemen in the draft. If anybody thinks that we're not, you're tripping. I think minimum 2 defensive linemen. I would say 3 offensive linemen, but we're for sure going to get, I think, 2 tackles and a guard or something like that. That's kind of what I'm anticipating off on the offensively, or just a tackle and a guard.
2 tackles. That's about right. Yeah.
2. I think 2 each. Minimum.
And 5th round is the boundary line, right? You don't want to get anything below the 5th round.
Yeah.
For those offensive linemen, because they do fall. Some good ones do fall.
Yeah, and we missed out on a lot of those the last few seasons too. That are like starters in different places.
Right.
Creed Humphrey, over there in Kansas City was immediate, starter. That offensive lineman that got drafted by the Broncos. There's just a lot of guys, man. You know what I mean? A lot of sleepers out there that nobody's really paying attention to. So we got to make sure that we're, locked in for that. But I'd say a minimum 2 offensive linemen, and a minimum, and I think 2 defensive linemen, a tackle and an edge rusher. We got to get at least 1 of the 2 of those each draft. There's no way we're going to go through this draft.
Defensive tackle as well. Yeah.
That's why I said, a defensive tackle and an edge rusher, minimum. And then the guys that we did get are just, our potential replacements for the guys that we were unable to re-sign and retain. We still got Kevin Givens. I'm glad we got him. He's been playing. He comes and does his job, man. So he's what I think he's 6'2", if I'm not mistaken. But he kind of plugs that gap a little bit. He kind of is like
he's a fire plug.
A little better than Kerry Hyder. You know what I mean? Kerry played for us too. I'm kind of, was disappointed that we got rid of him like that. He must have not really been looking too good. So it
probably slowed down. How old is he? Hyder's up there now, and he's 30-something by now.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're not getting better, man, you're getting worse. So he could just be on a decline. Or be losing.
And now, since we're talking about those guys, what do you do with Jalen Moore? I'm not sure if Jalen Moore is going to get any better. And Burford's starting to concern me as well, because under pressure situations, they tend to melt. It looks like they just can't handle it. Like they're on a field with a bunch of guys that are just so far above them that they're a huge liability. And I'm sure that, like you're saying, the 49ers are going to draft some people. probably to replace these guys. They're still going to do that. What's his name? Starts with a Z. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Zeidel? Is that it? They're grooming him continuously to see if he can play center because they're not happy with Brindle, actually, either, from what word seems to be.
Nick Zakel.
Zakel. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot he was still on the team, man.
I know, right? Because you never hear about him.
They like him. They're holding on to him. So maybe he's he could be like a what's
Brindle. Brindle stayed in the shadows for a long time, and all of a sudden he emerged here recently.
Daniel Brunskill. Maybe he can come. Maybe he can be like a Brunskill or something. Brunskill stayed on the team for a while. He didn't really get that much rotation, and then all of a sudden he started coming in and becoming like a key guy around the offensive line.
And Aaron Donald hates him. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Spencer Burford, I think he'll still be on his team. I think I'm looking at Spencer Burford and I'm seeing him getting better. I'm seeing him, especially with
it happens.
Feliciano coming in and getting re-signed and stuff like that. Spencer Burford he's got to step it up, and I think it's a good opportunity for him to get better, and it can give him some an incentive to want to get better. And be sure that he can maintain a position on his team, because he was a good player, man. He's playing out of his position. He started at tackle in college. He was a tackle, not a guard. Yeah. Now, granted, he plays along the line, but that's what he played in college. So Kyle's got guys still playing out of position, but
as usual,
he'll be able to get our position. I mean, we'll be fine. Offensively, look, lastly, the Brandon Aiyuk Debo thing. At this point, if Brandon Aiyuk doesn't want to be here, I don't want to force him to be here. As much of a Aiyuk fan I am, and how much I love to have him on this team, if he doesn't want to be here, I mean, let him go.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
But I think
not for less in the top 20, pick, because we got him at what, 31. We need to get, he's at minimum a top 20 and get something more. Get a 4th round, get a 5th round, get a mid.
Oh, his stats say you can get a lot. Yeah, you'll get a big return on Aiyuk. You have to.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't settle for just a 1st round pick, please, John. Like you guys did with DeForest Buckner. You guys got 1 1st round pick, and that was it.
I agree.
All that shit adds up when you want to turn around and you want to move up. Then you can use those pieces to move forward. Those are like picks that you got from one guy. That way you're actually getting the most out of the player. You know what I mean, or the deal.
Agreed.
But it is what it is, man. Debo's not going nowhere. I want us to still get. I'm gonna keep saying it. Xavier Legette. We probably won't get him. We got Jerry Rice's son. We got T.O.'s son. We got Christian McCaffrey's little brother. We got Frank Gore's son in the draft. I know some people may not be looking forward to doing that just for the sake of doing it, but these guys obviously are making it to the draft or are being, are getting this far for a reason. So, they come.
Nobody said that yet. Yeah.
They come from good stock. Everybody has to prove themselves at the end of the day. Give them the opportunity, and let's see what happens. I'm not saying get all of them. I think Frank Gore's son is like almost a damn near guarantee. He'll probably go as an undrafted free agent or in the 7th round. I don't think he'll get picked up any sooner than that. Maybe the 6th at the soonest. But that's a perfect opportunity for us to go ahead and scoop him up, like we did Elijah Mitchell. And
or Brock Purdy, 7th round pick.
Come on, man. We figured out. Anyway.
Ellis just made a great point, though. They're in the draft for a reason. Everybody don't just get to be in the draft. That's a good point, Ellis.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's. I'm not saying take all of them. I don't want to, mortgage our picks and how much we need to really take advantage of each and every one for, just to get their family ties and stuff like that to the organization. It would be nice if we could, but that's not the way football works.
No.
And smarter. We're trying to get better, and we don't have time. I want them to take advantage of this draft though, and get like some immediate starters. I'm trying to figure out when the last time it was where we drafted guys and they started right off the bat.
Okay, so now see, that's where you and Jalen are in lockstep because Kyle brings people in. All right, come on in and sit down. Here's your place on the bench. I'm going to put your name right here. And this is where you're pretty going to spend a lot of your time. I want you to sit, watch, and learn. I'm able to beat out the guy you got in my position now. Because even if he can't, Kyle, remember what he said about Jair Brown? That was really telling. Yeah, I didn't want to put him out in that position so soon. Kyle, he went out there and got a pick. He's ready. He doesn't.
Well, Kyle, he's eating his words now, and he knows that Jair Brown is here to stay. And sometimes you need to shut Kyle up a little bit. So when you go out there and you play like how Jair does, then he kind of, you know what I mean. He's not going to take accountability for it, but he kind of is. Subliminally, you can see he's kind of eating that. So Jair's a baller, so he's here to stay. And I heard something about Tafunga getting traded. I don't see them doing that. If they did, I would be surprised. But
I would
at
too.
the end of the day, if we're able to get a 3rd or 4th round pick for him, we got him in the 5th round. I mean, who's the other guy that you're going to have to play with Jair? You need fluidity at the safety position. So you're going to pick up somebody. You're going to draft somebody, or
Justin Simmons is out there. Everybody's mouth is watering about Justin, but Justin Simmons is going to cost a fortune. Justin knows who he is. He's 30 years old. He ain't coming in for no tiny bit of money. Whoever gets him is going to have to pay.
We're not mortgaging future for him. We're not mortgaging the future for Patrick Surtain the second. Let's just get that out of our head right now. We got to give up a 1st round pick minimum, and probably like 3 or 4 picks for Patrick Surtain, including a 1st rounder. So that's out.
And next year,
doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So we're not doing that. We'll be fine though.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna see us Sunday, and let's get on to some other subject matter too, since we love doing it.
Hi, Ronbo.
Hey, you got the squad. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Johnny, Amaya.
Hi, Ronbo.
Hi, Amaya.
What's up, Faithful?
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Josh.
Josh, I like Josh.
Hi, Ronbo.
That hat looks good, Josh. I love it.
Thank you.
They over here trying to stay awake. Look, Zamari put the robe on and everything, and look,
and passed out.
She fell asleep.
Zamari, I'm feeling on that. It gets late. You just can't fight it. Let it go. We'll see, Zamari. Is that Zamari? Hey, y'all, she didn't mean for you to do this. How much you do? You put me on while I was asleep.
She got dressed and everything, man. And in between the wait and stuff, she just literally in the last 10 minutes, she just fell asleep. So that's all right. She's still here.
All right. Tell her I said my best to her. All right, fam. Y'all have a great weekend. Love you back.
Hey,
all right,
too.
fam.
Too, man. Shout out to the faithful. Y'all know what it is. Hit that like, subscribe. Say bye, Z.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Z.
Hey,
was that cute or what?
Hit that like, subscribe. Salute to the family, man. Shout out to chat. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like, subscribe. Once again, shout out production. And yeah, man, it's all love, y'all. We're gonna be all right,
Yes, we is. They got to. We're 49ers. That's what we do. Night, y'all.
Peace.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye.
Bye, Ronbo.
Yeah, let's say the squad. Bye. Good night. Good night, y'all. What a great crew, huh? Oh, hey, Nick D'Antonio. I meant to say hey to you last time, Nick. Yes, from Adelaide. What's up? All right. Okay. I guess it's a wrap, fam. I see you Sunday. Let's have a great weekend, and bring your troll stomping material, as they really do enjoy us. You know that? See, they won't admit it, but all of them, they love hanging out with us. Because who are they going to hang out with? They want to hang out with people superior. They want to rub elbows with the street. I mean, guys and people that just don't matter. Why not mess with the 49ers? Look at Jim Everett. He actually thinks he's appreciated. Ray Jr., I see you, fam. Hey, I'll see you Sunday. Have a great weekend between now and then, fam. Thanks for those contributions, family. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can find you again. We need ya. I want you to come in here and beat up on Gene and Jim, and Tribe, and all that other stuff. Texas boy, you can come on back in. We know you're watching anyway. Dallas forever, America's team. Right.